Welcome to the Snowflake cookie class. I'm sure you've seen these beautiful designs all over Pinterest. By the end of this class, you'll be able to make them look like the pro and add that wow factor to your next holiday party. For this class, you'll need red, white, dark green, and light green frosting, and gold pearls are optional. We'll start with the white cookie. The white snowflake is going to be outlined with your piping consistency. You do not have to outline the whole cookie in one line. You can do it in sections and stop at each joint or each corner. If you do this technique, just make sure that you start where you stopped to make sure that those corners match up and that they create that barrier for your flooding icing. Grab your white flooding consistency. And you're going to outline the edges of your snowflake with your flooding consistency. You don't need to get all the way to the edge because you can use your boo-boo stick to drag it to the edge. But get as close as you want as you get more comfortable with royal icing. You'll work your way into the center with the flooding consistency. Then you'll grab your boo-boo stick and make tiny circles to drag the icing to the edges. Grab your dark green piping icing and you're going to start at one corner and draw a straight line to the opposite corner. If you don't want to do one long line, you can draw a dot in the center of the snowflake and work your way out to the edges from that. So to make the look of this snowflake, you're going to start at one of the edges and draw a dot and then drag it to the line that's next to it. You'll do that on both sides of the line 3 times as well. You'll do that to each corner. Next, we're going to add another little detail. Start in the middle of your snowflake and draw a loop going around and going up to that joint right there, and then circling back down to the center. Do that on all the sides. Mess ups can definitely happen. If you have any mess ups, don't be afraid to grab that boo-boo stick to help you fix them. The wider edge of your boo-boo stick can help you scrape off any mistakes that you want. On this one of my loops was a little bit too narrow, so I scraped it off with my boo-boo stick. And then I started in the center again, did a little loop, a little bit wider. I wanted to add an extra detail with some gold pearls. So I started by adding white dots at the edge of every loop. If you don't have gold pearls or you don't want to use them, that's totally fine. You can use other colors. You could do red dots, light green dots, or you could do dark green dots in there. The fun thing about royal icing cookies is you can make it whatever you want and however you want to look. And there you have the snowflake with the green decoration. Next, we're going to do the red snowflake with the white details. So grab your red piping icing and you're going to outline the edges of the snowflake. Next, grab your red flooding consistency and you're going to start on the outer edges, work your way around, and then work to the center of your cookie. To add the details for this design, grab your white piping frosting. You're going to start at one edge and draw a line to the other edge across from it. Again, if you don't want to do one long line, you can draw a dot in the center of the cookie, and you can work your way out from the edges to the center or from the center to the outer edges, whatever is easiest for you. The next detail we'll add are those loops, just like we did on the green cookie. So you're going to start in the middle and do a loop up just about to that joint or to that corner of the cookie, and then loop back down to the center. And you'll do a loop in between all of the lines on the cookie. The next details that we're going to be adding are little V's at the edge of every snowflake corner. So you're going to be starting from the outside and doing an angled line to the center line. You'll do that on every line of this snowflake. To add that gold detail, I added a gold pearl into the center of the cookie and pushed it down with my boo-boo stick. And there you have your red snowflake. Next, we're going to work on our light green snowflake, so grab your light green piping consistency. You're going to be going around the outer edges to outline your cookie. Grab your light green flooding consistency, start on the outer edges, work your way around, and then work your way to the center. Grab your boo-boo stick and make those small circles to drag the icing to the edges. grab your white piping frosting. You're going to be starting at one edge and drawing a line to the other that's straight across from it. Again, if you don't want to do a long line, draw a circle in the center of the snowflake and either work your way out from the center to each edge or work from the edge to the center, whatever is easiest for you. We're going to add some more details to this. I added 3 simple dots in a line at each edge of the cookie. This next part is a little bit trickier, but what I did was I drew a diamond on each line, and every corner that I did would match up with the corner of the snowflake. To incorporate red into this design, I used a red pearl to put in the center of the cookie and pushed it down with my boo-boo stick. You could also just use your red piping icing to create that dot in the center. And there you have your beautiful cookie. The last snowflake that we'll be working on is the white snowflake with red details on it. So grab your white piping frosting and you're going to outline the edges. Make sure when you're all done at the end that the edges match to create that barrier. Grab your flooding consistency frosting and you're going to start at the edges again and work your way to the center. Grab your boo-boo stick to make those small circles to drag the icing to the edges. You'll want to get your red piping icing, and this is how I did the half lines. So I drew a circle So I drew a dot in the center of the cookie, and then I worked my way in either from the edges or from the center to the edge of the cookie. You're going to draw a V on each edge of the cookie. So you're going to start at the top, draw a slanted line down to the center of the line, and draw a slanted line up. You'll do that on each edge of the cookie. For the next detail, what we're going to do is you're going to start in the center of the cookie. If you'd like a smaller line, work your way out, or you can draw a line straight across. Again, you're going to do those small V's on each line. Start at the top, draw an angled line down, meet in the middle, and draw a line that is slanted up. To cover up that area in the center where all of our lines meet, just draw a big dot in the center to add an extra detail. Thank you so much for joining me for this class.